Field at Mile High in Denver. It's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between our visitors and the Denver Broncos. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The former Missouri Tiger Drew Lock will be a quarterback as he leads out the Denver Broncos.
And he is hot, hot, hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw one interception in the last game.
5 touchdown passes.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
You are tough, coach. I thought the ratio was, if you got a 3-1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5-1.
And a win.
And a win? Yeah, just let him keep throwing.
Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Here's Locke. And a throw here that's complete. This defense for the Raiders, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Now Locke, he lost the football in town, and the Raiders pick it up, and his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. So here are the Raiders now with great starting field position. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3". Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, McLeod. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Look at it, capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 16 carries, 78 yards.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
Play action. Now it's Locke. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Having hit that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Oh, he was good as he threw it there. so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Lock gonna throw. Again, he targets Judy, and this time the catch made. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So the 3rd and less than a yard.
You see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come back and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and it put together a very strong drive as a response.
The timing a bit off that time as Allen falls to the ground. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Locke working out of the gun. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the left hash, this from 34. McPherson's kick is good. And they get on the board, trailing now 8-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that, but in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball to the post.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Even bow tie. You got it. I tried that fast.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. That's into the crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it. And his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. Ran it 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders in the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
I mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Still turning.
But this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Locke. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They stop him only 3 that time. On 4th down.
It's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
A good return there, calling 13 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it, and I can't wait to see what they decide to do.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. 85 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Carlson, moving good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and to the 28-yard line. Denver's offense ready to go again. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't come before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've done before and realize it hasn't worked for someone else. And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lock, caught, left side, Williams. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them find and setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
This is the tight end fan. And oh, he coughed it up. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Following the fumble recovery, McLeod. Touchdown! Devontae Adams, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, put the ball away, get yourself something on defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
You're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise...
And the Raiders have got him. Devin White in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did to preview.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Quentin Williams has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Pilardi now on the punt as he sends this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard pass return. On 1st and 10, McLeod. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. This offense, an 11-0 on the year. A few weeks ago, they were asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they saw some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, it's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Throwing on 1st down, McLeod. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this is caught by Allen. Touchdown, Raiders. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Raiders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes a return from just beyond the goal. And a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly a disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. And a lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's...
Williams loses the football, and the Raiders pick it up, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. There's 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the ball.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now carry for Allen. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Patrick Ricard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the silver and black continue to roll.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's a... in the ways of offense.
The extra point is good.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Denver's offense now set to go. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this front.
Don't you think that...
Now, he lost the football to town. And the Raiders have recovered. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different in that position.
On first down, it's Allen. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll run with Allen, and they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for first. Looking to throw. McLeod being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Patrick Ricard with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders are pouring it on. And making now a pair of touchdowns for the big man out of the backfield.
I'm not sure this was in the game plan, but boy, it's working to perfection. And I know one person has a big grin on his face now, and that's that big guy who's got his way to the end zone twice in this game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Check my 54.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. Now Locke, he lost the football in town. And the Raiders pick it up. And a tough turnover there as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball.
And he is in. Touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the silver and black continue to roll.
Boy, I mean, at this point, what more do we say here? I got nothing.
And you know, so many people talk all the time about having announcer-less games, and they want that. This could be a candidate for it, because if we stay here and do this, we're going to have a lot to fill in the second half.
There's still another half.
An unsuccessful attempt at the two-point conversion. And it was a triple option play, and they chose option one, handing it to the fullback, and that's not normal.
And sometimes you just miss your read key, right?
Yeah, I think so. And sometimes they actually call that, thinking that maybe everyone will bypass the fullback going out to the tailback or the quarterback. But in this case, they overwhelmed them and stopped it.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control and see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Go. Go. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark.
To throw in his lock.
It's our time.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield. This might be a roughing call.
Personal foul within the classroom for defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
Automatic first down.
Get to him and haven't done it successfully. The penalty is a result of that hit there.
Wild Bill. Wild Bill. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Guys, skate situation. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. 94.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go for one personality. That's you, Charles Davis. To another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and John, your coach, are both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away in Smile. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Locke's throw taken in by Sutton. There's some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Hey, tight. Double tight. Alert. 3 on 3.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they'll play keep away from the returner, as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. And it's complete to Adams. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. big play there for the Raiders. That catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of numbers.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Patrick Ricard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here in the half, will just take a knee and then bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Locke. He's going to loft one deep inside here.
Under a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off at the 28.
Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to the plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to...
And got his man complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. Well, they were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. The second half is now underway. Returning it, John Ross.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting it, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Kill, turn up. Hey, alert 3. Check 99, check 79 Bronco.
On first down, McLeod into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they've been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick six.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that.
Evan McPherson for the extra point.
So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And now here's Ross.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Toronto's offense ready to take over.
McLeod, he's going to rifle one deep left side. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Raiders are pouring it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for a hat trick here as this one continues to go. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out.
And this is unfortunately for him a montage he's probably not going to want to keep here for his files.
And I'm not so sure that you're just not going to spotlight.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack the seat. How they attack him here. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They look to throw. It's Lock.
Got a man. It's Judy complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On first down, Lock. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD. That's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
94 is the mic. 94 is the mic. Check pass.
Now Lock again. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanket in the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Throwing here to start the drive is...
know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
Hey, you know,
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds and maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he drops it incomplete. And struggles continue here.
Downfield, he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. It became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Well, the defensive coverage was good. So good, he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback in the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, you just go ahead and take the extra point and move on. But apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
Boy, Charles, as that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept the pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And it's caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
I think you got it, son.
Back to throw. McLeod. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas. Henry Ruggs becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will pull his way in there for the 2 points.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Denver's offense ready to go again. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Locke to throw. Right back to Williams, and this time he's got him. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Let's get it.
Locke now to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the first play.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
54 Mike. Pick me up. Here we go. Mike, Mike.
Shotgun snap to Locke. And the Raiders have got him. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session maybe a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Now here's Ross. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get...
And it is caught, and has now tied the record. Touchdown.
Right now.
And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. Nothing fancy there on that 2-point try. Give it to the big boy, let him go to work.
That almost felt like sandlot football that we used to play, didn't it? Biggest guy on your team who can carry the ball, hand it to him and let him rumble.
Nobody picked me on the sandlot football team.
You were quarterback, and I know that.
I was a quarterback. The Broncos about set to go on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. You might need a massage from the trainer right now with all the work he's getting.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. Now Locke. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Cut.
Again, it's Locke. No escape for Locke, and he'll go down. Quentin Williams, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
They were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him.
And loose football, and the Raiders have recovered. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man complete. That's Shepard. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role in those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
We've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Bronco offense now set sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. The pass there complete to Sutton, and he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
Well, this game was decided a while ago. That completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Come on.
Look at the throw. Block. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Those games certainly pretty well when they go to market in the run game as a defense. They don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
94 is the mic. 94 is the mic. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Lock. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And they'll get him down after a pick on the man. 2nd and 2.
8 yards. Brings up 2nd and 2. And the Raider is
Just shy of midfield. Lock. That's caught over the middle by Fan. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional right safety valve. Throw one to him every so often. But more mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Lock looks to throw it again. Out quickly to Judy. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off usually after about 3 to 4 steps and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Lock will try again on 2nd down. He's got his big tight end, Fan. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Again, they'll throw with Lock. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
McPherson's kick is good. They get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the class.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number. He's got a man, complete. He is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that, man. One play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips for the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. Well, I think that the folks coach here and hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. And a throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, putting them under 200 today.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down.
94 is the mic. 94 is the mic. Hey, watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat.
Back to throw. Block. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Sutton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Now Ross to return. And they will wrangle him down a couple of yards shy of the 30. Henry runs and the Raiders set to go back to work. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
He wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
He hits Adams complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 50.
Unnecessary roughness, defense.
Don't walk out here, man.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
97 is the mic.
On 1st and 10, McLeod is going to fire one deep over the middle. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple of kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's brought down after a very nice game.
That's a couple of yards right there. Nice in break out. Plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From midfield, here's Locke. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves it with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down. Still ahead of schedule. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Right there.
First
54.
and 10
Right there.
at
Right
the
there.
17-yard line.
Hey, I'm coming.
Into the red zone, it's locked. Oh, he dropped him. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Back to throw again. And he's got it. And he's across for a touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed, I did, my good man. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. They go play action here on first down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play there for the Raiders.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Clock now on first down. Rick Henry here, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he was over earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Mike's by 4.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
54.
Here's Locke. They drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough problem, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 39. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
They'll give it to him. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't know. You just said, well, my kicker's hurting this man.
Denver's offense now set to go. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And down he goes. Brought down the Raiders sack. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the gun. Block. He's got it to Williams. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back in his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for our visitors, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Denver, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.